Hello friends and welcome back. I'm Enterprise Architecture and we are back here playing more modded Vintagestory. Now last episode we finally solved all of our storage problems by using storage controllers and better crates and better chests, so we have plenty of room now for all of our goodies that we are going to be getting. And today we are going looking for goodies, friends. We are going to go explore all of the ruins we've seen so far and see if we can't get up all of those bookshelves and lovely decorative pieces out of them so that we can use them to start building our grand hall and our library. So, with no further ado, let's dive right in. Alright, so now that we have our storage situation worked out, I think it's time for us to do some exploring. So I'm starting out with some of these caves and ruins that we have visited in the past, but we didn't have the resources to deal with. So for instance, this area here is where we found our first limestone. And in here we had this whole mess of locusts. Now, I do have a steel pickaxe, and I can start breaking down some of these pieces of metal and whatnot that are laying around and using those to make our various metal scraps, and we might also even get some metal parts and Jonas sub-assemblies if we start breaking down the locust nests themselves. So that's what we are after here, but we're going to continue looking for these resources all over the place. So I'm going to check out whatever I can get out of this one first, and then we are going to move on to some of the other ruins that we have seen. Now in that same cave, I just got very lucky and found a rich vein of magnetite. So we're going to mine this up as well while we're here. All right, we are at this ruin that we found just over the river from where all of the lead deposits are. Oh, and we need to go back and get a bunch more lead because we're almost out. And if we want to make any more windows, we need more lead. But there's this tiny ruin, so we're going to check it out and see if there's anything in here. I will be back if we find anything interesting. Okay, nothing especially fascinating here, but we did find a cat mask, which I had been wanting one, and everything else is not really super useful. Ooh, miner belt. Okay, but I am going ahead and getting up all of the aged wood that we possibly can because we are running out and we need a bunch more for our remaining build. So I'm going to grab all of that and all of this off the roof. These are black ceramic tiles, which are basically made the same way as the white ones that we have been making up, but instead they're just black instead. That means they're made with the beehive kiln, but with the doors open instead of shut. But we're not going to worry about that right now. We don't actually need those for any reason. So yeah, that's a nice little find here. If we wanted to put on our cat mask, I think we have to put it on in one of these spots. There we go. Now we have a lovely, lovely mask. Oh, and I guess we can put on our amulet as well. This is a bit too much bling for me, but I think it's a place to store it at least while we are wandering around the ruin. Okay, so I think that's just about everything that we're going to find in here. Now, one interesting thing about this ruin is that it does span across two different, I guess, stone biomes, because we have both andesite and also conglomerate all in the same spot. So that is fascinating. It's not useful to us in any way, but it is something that I haven't really seen before in this game. So a whole bunch more of these black ceramic shingles. Again, we don't really need those, so this isn't really useful to us at this point. But if we ever want black ceramic shingles, we know where to come. All right, now we're out and about and I found a trader who has a painting I've never seen before, the Seraph painting. That's really cool and I kind of want it. There's also a castle ruin painting. These look a little like Castlevania. So I think what we're going to do is actually teleport back to base and then come and grab these up. So we need 20 years all said and done. All right, let's go ahead and buy these up while we can. Perfect. All right, now we have two lovely, lovely paintings. And actually, it looks like the paintings changed in the time that I was there. That was supposed to be the castle painting, and it turned into Traveler's Solitude, which is fine, but not what we had wanted. So, yeah, I don't feel great about that, but we will certainly live with it. But we did get a discount, so we got 3 years back as a result. It's a pretty good deal on aged crates, too. Okay, well, we will worry about this later, but now we'll continue moving on. That looks nice. I'll take that. And we put the other one down the hill here with our other paintings that we've already found, this elk painting. I think that's starting to come together nicely. This is all inside of our little inn space that we had created a couple of episodes ago. So this is the impressive ruin that I found where I found all of those locust nests previously, and we still have a bunch of locust spawn here. Now we also have a cave immediately out the back door that has both obsidian and also iron sitting right here for us. So we've got a bunch of quartz right here, and if we climb down into this hole, yeah, so we've got obsidian rock, and then below that, we have a whole bunch of iron. And this is limonite. We hadn't found that previously, and it is bountiful. And brown coal directly underneath it. So this is a pretty good find. But we're not here for the ores right now, although I might come back for that obsidian for decoration, as well as maybe even the basalt. No, instead we're here for this ruin to see what there is to see and explore it a little bit. Now, primarily we are looking for books, but anything else that's interesting, we will also take. Let's see, Arctic supplies. I don't know why grass is an Arctic supply, or reeds for that matter, but let's see here. So this banner appears to be a chiseled pattern, which means we probably won't be able to get it, but these windows might be something that we can get here. Let's try and break these. And yeah, it looks like we can take the windows. The only thing, of course, is that these arched windows apparently are a chiseled block that have a type of stone in it that we're not going to want to use, this aged basalt ashlar block. So we are going to have to redo them a little bit if we're going to use them in our facility, but I love the look of those windows. So I'm going to take all of these while we're here. See, this is exactly what we're looking for. Piles of aged books. Absolutely love it. This is the sort of thing we want. Let's see here. We've got some paper in here. Ooh, a shipwright's blueprint. Not exactly the blueprint I would ideally like to find right now. There are other ones that I think would be more valuable for us, but we will certainly take them. Okay, in the back room, we've got a bunch more interesting things here that we can check out as well. Let's see here. This wardrobe is interesting looking. Can we remove the decor? Yeah, there we go. Clean that up a little bit. Unfortunately, this is just a decorative piece, but it is a cool looking one. Take care of those locusts. Oh, and we've got, what is that? Not the cobblestone. We want the shield antler mount. Give me that too. A nice planter. One more book. Some resin. Oh, a crown. We'll take that. I'm not going to take the resin just because we're short on space. Large book. Book stand, all sorts of cool stuff here. Some plaster, compost, copper bracelet, bookshelves, rotten ebony, heavy leather gloves. Nothing here is especially useful to us. I do think we probably need to throw down our chest though, so that we can start gathering up some of these ingredients. So let me just clear a little bit of room here. Also, we now have access to better chests, so I went ahead and updated the configuration of carry-on so that we can carry a tin bronze chest with us if we want. So hopefully that will make things a little bit easier to carry around here. So let's go ahead and just grab up all of this lovely, lovely loot that we've got, and we don't need mold. Mold is not something we need to bring with us. Great. We're going to leave this here for a second and see how much more of this we can get. I would love to get this tapestry. Is this all one piece? Yeah, it is. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So heading up to the first floor, we got really lucky. We found sunflower seeds. We also found a few more flax seeds, which I don't know if we really have room for at this point on this particular trip, and also turnip seeds, which I kind of just don't care about. But those sunflower seeds I think are going to be wonderful because we can grow sunflowers now. And I think that's going to be a wonderful addition to our collection of plants. Sunflowers are really, really useful, as I recall. All right, and we are just about full at this point, so we probably just need to pick a few more things here to take with us, and then we need to make another trip here. But yeah, this scroll rack and everything, we've got a chandelier, we've got all sorts of things here. What else do we have? Let's see. Another tower that's awfully pretty, and all the way up to the roof here. Let's see. Oh, it looks like someone was keeping guard. Oh, that is a lot. That is a lot of aqua vitae that you have sitting around here, friend. That is good to know. We might have to relieve you of that. Can I take that? Is this grabbable? Yeah, whatever that is, it is indeed grabbable. Okay, well, there's a lot of really cool stuff here. It looks like we're gonna have to make another trip to come and get all of this. So let me go drop everything back at base and we will come back here for another round. All right, and now we are back at the library ruin. This is the one that started off my whole crazy idea about building a library in the first place. So we are gonna start clearing this out systematically until we have done everything there is to do. So let me see how far we can get with this. We are definitely going to want to take these banners if we can. There's a bottom piece that I can't seem to select, which sometimes happens with these, where it's just a little piece, but I don't know. There we go. There's the bottom piece of that. Okay, great. We can grab that one. And I think there are a few more of those same banner in this area. Yeah, there we go. A couple more. Let's grab those up. Wonderful. This one, I believe, is a chiseled block and cannot actually be gathered. Yeah, I don't know how this is done, but I can't seem to find the actual banner piece of this banner. So this is a strange one. I'm gonna want to take these crates and let's see here. Washboard is unusable clutter. Ruined weapons are unusable clutter. Candles might be valuable, but we do definitely want to take this chest with us. There we go. And here we are in the proper ruin. Now, first things first, let's deal with this Sawblade Locust. We take that out in one hit because we have a Steel Falx, and that works well. And now we just need to slowly work our way through all of these books that are all over the place. Now, if we had paid closer attention when we came through here the first time, we would have found out that, yeah, that same painting I just spent way too much money on, we could have just had for free, but that's fine. We are going to live with that. Now we have two of them, and that's also okay. That banner comes down easily, and the scroll racks will also be a nice addition. And it's a good thing I did tear down that scroll rack because I just found a lovely little nook here behind everything. I didn't know that this was back here. Clockmaker glasses could be a fun thing to have, but I really just want the chest. I don't really care about the ingredients of it. There we go. Now we've got the contents there. And let's see here. This is a scout. I think this is a tomb. I think that's what's going on here. Sir Key's coffin. So I guess that's the person who made this. All right. Well, we are just about full up for this trip. I'm going to try and get a couple of other items here real fast here, including that lovely painting and maybe also these ceramic flower pots here. I don't know if they'll fit. Old chair of Thomas 2759. Okay. Yeah, I love it when people go through the trouble of adding all of this extra flavor. It's such a lovely little addition here. All right, so I think we are now basically full up. Let's grab up our chest, head back to base, and we're just gonna make a bunch more trips here to try and get as much as we can. I will go ahead and try and get all of these bookshelves as well. These will probably stack with the ones that we've already got, and then we will be ready to go. Well, that's interesting. I accidentally broke through a wall here and found the back of a tree, which I was not expecting to find, but neither was I expecting to find terra preta all around it. So I think this might be the bottom of the tree upstairs, potentially. Let's see, what have we got here? Is this the bottom? Yeah, okay. And then underneath this, we have some bony soil. But yeah, we're definitely going to take that terra preta with us. So I just want to show this because we tunneled into a secret basement accidentally, and there's all of these credits here for Dampus, Nicholas, Serene, and also Ticket Tag. And I just want to give credit where credit is due to the amazing work that they've done on this one. Now, deep down in the basement here, we did find that whole locust nest area, and I'm trying to clear this out as much as possible just to see if we get any scrap metal, metal parts, anything like that off of it. Yeah, it looks like we're picking up a little bit here. That's what we like to see. Now, deep here underneath this ruin, I'm finding a bunch of coffins down here. This seems to be some sort of a burial chamber. I don't think we had explored this either the last time. Oh, but we did find a bunch of aged boards. This would have helped, you know, way earlier in the game. Okay, now we've got some interesting decorations there. Alchemical equipment, we'll take that. Some tables. Let's see, what do we have back here? More alchemical equipment. Just some tools. Okay, well, we're going to take the tables, but I'm not seeing much else. Oh, and it looks like there are just bones on those shelves. Well, we always need bones, so we will certainly take the bones, I guess. I was about to break and steal this storage container here and accidentally ended up putting all the stuff out of my inventory in it, but look what we found. All of this is rot except for one piece of aged beef. Now, I wonder if we can actually even eat this. Is this safe? Yeah, it looks like it is, and we're pretty hungry anyway, so I guess we're gonna eat some ancient beef just because we can. Now, ordinarily I wouldn't recommend that when you're spelunking, but in this specific case, I think we're okay. Oh, I think I figured it out, friends. All of these empty coffins and this giant oven right here. Yeah, that seems pretty suspicious. Okay, well, now we know what all of this is about. Yeah. This is the crematorium, friends. That's exactly what this is. Not what I was expecting to find down here. Well, I think that about does it for this ruin, and moreover, I think that about does it for this episode. I think between episodes, I'm going to try and unpack and sort all of the things that we found in these ruins. We've got a lot of books and bookshelves that'll help with building our new library, and so we're off to a great start. I also, between episodes, might go around and try and find a few more ruins. If I find anything interesting, I'll go ahead and record it, but I really would love to find a bunch more schematics so that we can start building some of the more interesting items in this game that you can't build otherwise, all those neat Jonas lamps, etc. But for now, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you back here next time. Bye, friends!